she messaged me this morning. She's having incredible luck. And Amanda, if you want to unmute yourself and kind of share what you've been doing this morning. Now she's not on. Anyway, she's been going into her VIP group, and she said so much of what I'm posting is getting seen by about 25% of the number of people that are actually in my VIP page, which we can all relate to. So she just got in and just started messaging people exactly what she's offering with this jogger challenge. She's combining it with her mystery hostess party. She's just laying it all out there and shooting out individual messages and having like crazy luck, like within an hour of doing that this morning. So just that personal message, that personal outreach, instead of those broad posting. So just a suggestion of something that is really working for her, and getting into that messenger. I listened to last week's Friday Feels, and Kristen Reese was talking about the same thing. And it's something I've never really done, where I've gone into my VIP group and just sent out messages. So right after that Friday Feel last week, I sat down for an hour and just went into my VIP. And if you scroll down to members, like way to the bottom, according to Kristen, she thinks that the further down you go, there's the people that really haven't seen anything or that are not interacting. And so I went back to about a year, people who had joined about a year ago, and that's where I started my messaging. And just saying, thank you so much for being a part of my Zaya VIP page or Zaya group. I appreciate you being there. If you ever need anything, let me know. Just to trigger them back into like, oh yeah, she does have a VIP page. Weird. I haven't seen anything for a long time. So something to spend a little bit of time on and give it a shot. I have gotten some good responses personally back, but I've also just noticed that some of those people are all of a sudden interacting. Anybody want to add to that?
So you know
Hey,
what,
Robin. Sorry, Christy.
I've been also tagging people. Like I never normally tag people in my posts on my VIP page, but I did a group hostess like thing, like let's book a group party. And I went through my book, and everybody who I've talked to that was kind of interested in the last 6 months, I was just tagging them all. And then I did a post maybe a week ago, and I just went in and I tagged random names. I just started going A and then going down and just tagging people who hadn't been participating, B, the same thing. And it really boosted my algorithm, and people that had not been seeing stuff in a while started seeing it again. And I've gotten orders in the last maybe 2 weeks from people who haven't ordered in forever. So I've never actually tagged in my VIP page unless someone's playing a contest. So I do think that too is also working, like the tag on a post where you want people to see.
For sure. And Stacy Wolf said, I've started tagging everyone on my challenge posts or giveaways, and it's gotten so much more interaction. But once your group becomes over 200, you can't tag everybody. So Stacy, is that true? How big is your group? Now in parties, those are smaller groups of people. And yes, I'm definitely taking the time to tag people. I tell them right at the beginning of the party, when I do a giveaway post, I am tagging all of you. I won't do it all the time, but I don't think it's fair for me to post a giveaway without letting you all know. And so I've done 3 giveaways actually in this party. And every single time I tag every single person. For me, I pull up my laptop and I click on members, and then I take my phone and I type them in, because when I just hit tag everybody, it's only tagging it's only picking up 13 of them, and I don't know why. So I'm cross-referencing really quick and just tagging all the people in the party. And I think it is paying off. It's just, there's this, like, for example, right before I hopped on this call, I wanted to go shop my friend's, she has a candy boutique, and she's great at posting and she's awesome about showcasing new stuff. I haven't seen a dang thing for 2 weeks. I had to physically go into that page and browse and scroll through, which tells me that my customers are the same way. Yeah. Brooke, were you going to say something earlier too?
Um, yeah, I was just going to say one of the things I've done is gone back to people that ordered a while ago. I will admit I am always wanting to do more follow-ups than I actually get to. But anyway, I was going back to people saying like specifically like, hey, I know you ordered something like last spring. Well, now we have so many new pieces for fall, like making a specific reference to the change of season. And then this one girl in particular was like, oh my gosh, yes, I was thinking I needed some joggers and leggings. So I'm like, great. So just making a specific message, like you were saying, I think does go a long way.
Exactly. I think that's why Amanda Brown was having so much great luck this morning. It's just like jogs people's memories. Oh, and on top of that, she's having this promo. Awesome. She said one of her friends just ordered like 4 pairs. So yeah, I definitely think these are things that we need to be, or, should be considering doing. Anybody else? I know we keep going back to this and it's been talked about quite a bit, but I definitely think there is a place at the end of our parties where we need to, all the people who have accepted the invitation to join that party, I believe it's really paying off to message those people, say thank you so much for being a part of Becky's party this week. I know it was a lot of information, but I appreciate you being there. Do you have any questions? We're closing on Sunday. Here's her link to shop. And I give my hostess the option. Do you feel comfortable with me doing that? Would you rather do it yourself? Let me know. 9 times out of 10, she's like, sure, you can do that. But I have hostesses who like to take charge and they feel more comfortable messaging their guests themselves. So if you're not doing that and your team's not doing that, I do suggest trying to put that into practice because, again, you might just be missing somebody who just didn't see a lot of the posts. Anybody have anything to add to that? I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what direction you want me to, or what do you want to talk about today?
Robin, did you want me to kind of share what we talked about this morning?
Hi, Amanda. Yes, that'd be awesome.
Okay. So I talked with Robin this morning. I actually sent a message asking about some of the guys' joggers, and we were chatting about the jogger challenge. I had a pretty successful morning. I don't want to give away my number yet as to where I'm at, but Robin and Jackie were kind of asking me like, what am I doing? And I've shared this with my team already, my downline. And I know Taryn, you're in my VIP group, so you kind of are seeing what I'm doing. I have done a 3-day mystery hostess party along with this challenge. And I've also told my VIPers, if we win, now this is upline, sideline, downline, lots of us in this group that are going for this jogger challenge. And I'm trying to think like, gosh, what can I do different from the legging challenge? Because I don't remember what the exact number was, and maybe Megan can tell me, but I know I had 7. I know at one point I saw somebody posted 12 and I'm thinking, gosh, I wasn't that far away from 12. Yes, I wasn't that far away from 12. So I will say I have an amazing VIP group. I have some really great people in that group. And so I'm like, gosh, I have 278 people in my group. And as I'm scrolling through, 50 people are seeing my stuff. 20 people are seeing my stuff. Lives are hit or miss. What can I do to reach these people? If you email through your back office, it's unfortunately going to junk, which I don't know how many people check their junk messages. I did do that. I still sent it because you never know who's out there checking that. But what I'm doing is I am going into my VIP group. I'm looking at that's in my group and I am sending them a message in Messenger. I just copied and pasted my blurb that I had posted in my VIP group. Hey, we're doing this challenge. If you buy a jogger, it could be men's, women's, kids. You get double entries into this mystery hostess party. If you still want to party, great. You'll just get and I put the tiered as to what they would get based on dollar amount. I had somebody that has been in my VIP group. I've been selling, it'll be 3 years in February, who's been in there since day one, who said, oh my gosh, I've been wanting a pair of Zaya joggers. Been in my VIP group for that long. And I'm like, which ones? Let's get you going. I had another gal who messaged me and she's like, do the thermal joggers count? And I'm like, yeah, what color are you looking at? She never got back to me. So I'm like, hey, my mystery hostess party is almost up to $1,000. You would be crazy not to get in on this deal. She's like, you twisted my arm. Let's do it. So I think Messenger, because they don't see that in your VIP group, has worked today. Obviously, I have some of my people who buy from me that I reached out and I would, my aunt has every pair of jogger known out there. She buys tons of Zaya. I said, what about for Tanner? What about for your grandson? He loves Zaya. What about some new joggers for him? So she actually found a couple joggers she doesn't have. And she wants me to place 2 separate orders for her so she doesn't miss out on her joggers. So I think it's just, I've used that Messenger. I don't know if that was the key to today, but my party has done great on day one. Now, could it fizzle out? I don't know, maybe. So what I'm going to do tonight is the same people that I messaged. Now, I haven't finished going through my group yet. I'm going to go back to them and say, oh my gosh, you guys, my party is at this. You'd be crazy not to get in on this. We are at this many joggers, and just kind of touch base and let them know where they're at in case they're not seeing my thank yous and my posts in my VIP page. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I don't know if that's the key to today, but I just thought
I thank you so much. I think it goes back to that personal outreach. Like I said, before I hopped on here, I was shopping on another boutique type site that my friend has, but people love that one-on-one that you thought of them. So if you have somebody in particular you're thinking would love to be a part of this and love a pair of joggers, like reaching out to them. If this girl were to reach out to me today and say, I think you would rock these new jeans that came out, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, cool. Like which ones? Like I'd be all over it. So I think that does go a long way. Let's go back to your email. You said emails are all going to junk. Is everybody experiencing that? I have not heard that, not at all.
Yeah, so if I use the function in the back office, it'll show up in junk. So even Amy, since I ordered under her before I started Zaya, if she sends me an email, it'll go to my junk.
Anybody else, can you use chat or unmute? Are you experiencing that same thing?
Robin, do you send yours from your back office?
I do on Make Room Mondays, yeah.
Because I get your
Wednesday one.
I definitely get your Wednesday one. I'd have to look back and see if I also got a Monday one from you, but yours always show up in my main email.
Say that last part again.
Yours always show up in my email, not in my junk, my regular folder.
Okay. Well, if we're having an extreme, seeing that across the board, I think we need to let corporate know. But I haven't heard that a ton, but we should start paying attention and definitely report that.
Hey, Robin, when this first started happening, I did send it to chat and I'm like, hey, I'm not getting even my emails for when orders come through, they all go to my junk as well. And they're like, check your junk folder, that's happening. So I still, all my order confirmations and everything go to my junk email.
Okay.
Carissa just shared, and I'm trying to find in our group chat. Carissa just shared something. You do it on a desktop that you can change it to not going to your junk. Let me see if I can find it, how to do it. So if you go to your junk and you see on your desktop, and you can't do it on your phone, it's only on your desktop, is what she said. There should be like at the very top of the email, it should say restore to inbox, save, delete, and then it will have like a not spam. And if you just do it for one of the emails, I would say that your email just thinks that Zaya is spam. So if you go and click on it, she said that took everything back into her, that she was starting to get things into her regular inbox versus her spam.
Okay, so if you guys are hearing your team having issues with that, share. And if you need to, contact Macy directly because she's super helpful. Okay,
Yeah, doing
go
that a
ahead.
while on our team, but I stopped getting all emails from Zaya for a while. So when I contacted customer service about a month ago, they had to send me this form where I gave them permission again to send me email. It's very weird. So if you're noticing that you're not getting anything, definitely contact customer service, because I had to fill out a form saying, like, it was like almost like it just went right back to Zaya. It was like, just click here to give permission, and then it zipped it back to them, and then I started getting all my emails just fine. So if you're noticing that it's, because mine wasn't even in my spam, I just was no longer getting any emails from anybody unless VIP emailed me directly, then I would get those. So if you're noticing that you're not getting anything and you can't find it in your spam, they will send you a form so you can give them permission again. And for some reason that like turns it back on. So if you're not seeing it in your spam, message customer service.
Thank you, Christy. Okay, I'm gonna go another direction, but kind of along the same lines. So holidays are coming up. People are starting to think about gifting already. And as we know, people aren't hitting the malls. They're not going to the stores. It's online shopping's where it's at. I think it is huge, you guys, if we, again, use that personal outreach we were just talking about and letting people know like that you have this shop, and please consider shopping with you this holiday season. Individual messages, or when I worked my previous business, I would send out letters and say the holiday season's coming up. Please let me be your personal shopper. This is the discount I will offer you through the holidays. I also offer individual gift wrapping. I know it sounds old school. I know it's different than what we're doing day to day, but that's the stuff that makes us stand out, and it can go a really long way. You find somebody who is shopping for her sons, daughters, and grandchildren, and she knows she can go to you and she's got your one-on-one attention, and you're going to offer her this discount, like that order could potentially be very good, and she could be a continued customer. And people, I think, are going to be looking for those types of outlets to shop. Plus, not everybody has the amazing shipping abilities that Zaya is offering right now. We have no, knock on wood, our shipping's still very quick. Our inventory is amazing right now. We're not dealing with anything that a lot of other places seem to be having right now. So definitely keep that in mind. Go the extra mile, go the extra step to make you stand out from all the other Zaya reps out there. Just something that I wanted to chat about. So refunds on holiday purchases. If they purchase now, Jackie had that question. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe say, maybe wait till November 1st. Is that when Zaya typically puts out their extended return exchange policy? Christy, do you remember?
So I actually just emailed them about that last week. So I had a customer asking me, and they said they did not have the date yet. They said that they did think it was going to be similar to last year, and I don't remember what it was. I definitely know it was November, but as of a week ago, they did not have the definitive date yet, and they were not going to honor anything right now. So it is coming. So I'm assuming, remember, I think last year we got it in like the beginning of the month newsletter. So we should be seeing it probably within the next week as far as them informing us, but they did not have the date when I talked to them last week.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's right away in November because I feel like people, because they're scared with the inventory and not getting the gifts that they want, that they're going to be shopping earlier this year. So hopefully, I'm sorry, Joan asked that question, not Jackie. So thank you, Joan.
Robin, the other thing last year that worked for me on the holiday gifting was talking to my friends about, or any customers, but specifically it was easier with friends locally about what stuff they would want, and then going to their husbands and telling them what their wives wanted. And they were like, great, order it all. That's perfect. And then I gift wrapped it, like you said, gift wrapped it for them. But I find at least the husbands I know are very happy not to have to think about a gift. And if they know what their wife wants and they don't have to do anything and I order it for them, they're super happy.
Absolutely. And gift certificates too. But Allie, I love that idea. And if you've got girlfriends that live around you, like having a wine night where everybody comes over and tries and fills out their wish list, and then you divvy it out to the boyfriends and husbands, like so smart and fun. Anybody else do anything fun last year around this time? Of course, parties are that's a great way to have a hostess have a party so that she can get her Christmas gifts for free and half price. I mean, super smart. Having people set up their own individual shopping links right now so that they can shop and increase their hostess rewards for themselves so they can shop for Christmas. Like all of those things are great ideas. And again, we can put those out there on our VIP pages and like one blanket statement post. It might reach the right person or the right people. But again, I think this is where those individual messages are going to go a long way. Hey, you've been shopping a lot with Zaya. How about I set up your own shopping link? That way you can shop over the holidays and increase your rewards. Like, yeah, it just makes sense. So again, going back to that personal outreach, I think is huge right now. Okay, can I ask a question that I've been wondering about and something I want to jump on board with? Okay, I do stories. I'm doing pretty okay with stories, I think. But I really want to do like the videos. Megan, I know you've been doing them where you're showcasing the Unity leggings in a really quick snippet. My question is, do I do a video or do I actually go to my stories and click start like I'm recording the video? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do I do it? Do I do it like as I'm like in the story, do the video, or is it best to create the video, then post it and edit it? Because I'm confused with how many seconds I get and all of that. Anybody on here do that yet?
I post on my stories quite a bit. I record myself,
Okay.
and then on my actual video, like I do each slide, I try to put something on there, whether it's a poll, whether it's a pick A, B, C, or D, this or that kind of, like, especially on new releases, I try to post, like if we have 2 pairs of leggings, which legging do you like best? Another thing that I like to do, like for the vests, I put like red, white, black. And then on the very last one, I liked all 3. So I did all of the above. And I find that I've had a lot of interaction if it's not just Zaya related also, which you're good at that. You're good at posting, not just all Zaya. I also follow a girl that I played high school volleyball against, and she's like a social media influencer, so people pay her to do social media stuff, and I follow her Instagram all the time, and she said to take a day off of posts in like on your Instagram and off of your stories, just so that people see your stuff again the next day. So if you have something on there for 24 hours, let it go. And then like the next day after your 24 hours is gone, it's super hard for me. I share a lot in my stories. But I just took that from her, to let your stories go for 24 hours and then post nothing. And even her reels, they like tripled in like views. So if you're confident in doing reels, that's something that I think is starting to be seen more on Instagram. And a lot of people hate hashtags, but that's what's going to get your people into your page is the hashtags. I don't know why, but all of a sudden with whatever update they did with Instagram, she said that the more hashtags that you have, the more people are going to see your stuff. So if you're posting your Zaya outfit on your posts, you can just share that to your Instagram and then share something completely different on Facebook. Both of mine are just connected. It's just easier than to having to go and post one on the other.
So why do you say, I don't get it? Why are people annoyed with hashtags?
I don't know. Some people just don't like them. It's not, for us, it's great because it's business related.
Exposure,
People search hashtags, but people that don't understand like why you're posting the hashtags, they're like,
Gotcha.
well, what is that supposed to mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's just a little different in the outside world of a business person versus.
Okay. So back to my question. So you record your video really quick. It's a snippet of your outfit of the day. I'm going to mute real quick. So you said like it comes in snippets, right? So can I add verbiage throughout my video or just one per slide?
Yep, you can do each per slide. So you can also, if you have a talking video, you can like either do your script of what it's saying.
Yep, I knew that. Okay.
Yep, but if you don't want to do that, you just want to do like a little blurb of what you're saying, you can just click it and then type whatever you want on each individual slide.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to play with it and work with it till I become comfortable with it. I think that's something, it's so easy to get stuck in your ways and stuck with what's comfortable. And in a way that's good, we have to stick with what works. But I think always adding a little bit here and there and stretching ourselves out of our comfort zone is always a good thing. So I'm always trying to push myself outside of my box. All right, that was my question. Anybody else have anything they want to chat about today? Okay, then I'm gonna keep talking. So I was in the shower this morning where all my thinking and best thoughts come. Anyway, I was thinking about a party by design. I'm trying to think of some different party ideas versus the standard Facebook parties like we're doing. Hear me out and then play off of my ideas and maybe we can come up with something great here, okay? So party by design, thinking that you would find a hostess who you're only encouraging her to invite maybe 10 guests, but you're getting all of their input on like 10 special guests and they get to pick what is talked about in this 3-day party. What do they want to see? Do they want to see? And you would have maybe a quick survey type Google form for each of them to fill out. And then again, this is totally off the cuff, random thoughts. But then within that party, it's okay. Carissa, you were asking about the men's joggers. So I really want to highlight those today. And you might go live primarily just for Carissa, but everybody else is seeing that in this party. So it's kind of a party by design. The hostess kind of gets to pick what she wants you to cover, and then she's inviting an exclusive number of people in this party, and they get a say in what is shown. It might be more work, but I feel like it's so easy now with the marketing page to grab a post, to grab, if somebody wants the men's joggers, it doesn't take that long to grab those pictures, put something together and get it out there. I just think thinking of different party ideas like that doesn't hurt. So anybody play off of that? No?
Why keep it small, Robin? Just to make it more intimate, so it's more like exclusive. I'm just thinking about how many sales you're going to get if it's a small group.
Yeah, kind of for that exact reason. If they know that they are one of 10, you'll probably get 10 orders. I mean, it's kind of like the home party idea. Like, it's a small group, but your sales are going to be much higher. It's more intimate. It's exclusive. But that was just, a random number. It doesn't have to be 10. Just something different. But I do think sometimes mixing up the party so it's not always a week long, not always 5 days, that type of thing is good too.
I agree. I feel like my parties have been just a total bust recently. And like people aren't jumping at doing the traditional party. Like I've asked so many people and they're kind of like, like I don't really want to. Where I feel like last winter and spring, it was just constant. I don't know if you guys are feeling like that, but it was like every week I had parties, and now I'm like, have none this month because nobody says yes.
I just feel
So
like I feel like it just goes in waves for me. Like it just depends on the week. It just depends on, it's so hit or miss. I just try to stay consistent with my reaching out and asking. Anybody else experiencing anything?
I mean, I definitely have slowed down on partying, but I'm always looking for new ideas, but I don't think changing the format of a party will net you more parties. I think if you ask the same person, like let's say I asked Katie to party, she's going to say no whether or not I ask her to party. If she was going to say no, I'm not going to say Katie's going to say no, but I feel she's going to say no whether I'm like, hey, how about we try this new way of partying? If she doesn't want to party, I don't think that's going to make her want to party per se. I just think it's just a very different time right now. And the one thing, and like I have my husband is super retail oriented. And we were talking this morning about everything that's kind of going on right now in our country. Women are our main shopper. They just are. And we are very, we tighten up the purse straps when we get nervous. And there's just a lot of stuff going on, like talk about gas going up, the talk about heat going up, the talk about Christmas presents not making it. And I think women just can only handle so much at one time. And they're like, not dealing with a party right now. I'm focused on Thanksgiving. I'm focusing on my kids' Halloween costumes. Is gas going to go up? I just think they're kind of just overwhelmed, but I still think they're there. So like I tell my girls on my team all the time, our shoppers didn't go anywhere. Our hostesses didn't go anywhere. Everyone's just kind of pumping the brakes a little bit. So instead of trying to reinvent what we're doing, that's been working so well for so long, because everybody on this call, if your parties have been working and that is your jam, like I'm not messing with my parties at all because I know they're super successful. It's just a little bit harder to get a party right now. So I know in my mind that when I start blowing out the asks next month, I'm going to pack my January calendar because I do a New Year, New You kind of party. And Januaries are super successful for everybody. So instead of trying to fit like a square peg into a round hole, I'm just focusing on cleaning up my post my party, making it look super good. Because whether or not I ask Julie to party and say we're going to do an exclusive party and you can invite 10 people, if she doesn't want to party, I don't think she'll say yes. But now I'm going to create more work for myself is kind of what I think. Like when I hear that, like I'm going to reinvent my wheel to try something when I don't think it's us. I don't think anything we're doing is wrong. I don't think the way we're partying is wrong. I don't think the 5-7 day concept is wrong. There's just a lot of crap going on and people are like pausing a little bit. So that's kind of my take. I promise you guys, if sometimes when I think something's wrong, you try to fix the hole in the boat, so to say. I don't think we have a hole in the boat here. I really don't. I think there's no hole. I feel like we just need to calm down and just realize why maybe the no's are coming in a little bit more. And just like Robin, like you said, you're still super consistent. I am still super consistent in asking. So what I did when I realized that my asks were going unanswered, I'm like, okay, time for group party. I'm going to use my same post my party. I'm going to use my same concept. I'm just going to tweak my post my party and just clean it up a little bit, put some new stuff in there. And I already have 2 of 3 hostesses booked in the last 12 hours. So just kind of maybe change your ask instead of change everything you're doing, because what we're doing has worked for so long. We are not making a mistake here. I truly believe that in my heart. We have no hole in our boat. We don't even need to fix it. We just need to kind of let the next couple months. I feel like Christmas shopping panic set in a little early. We all noticed this in November last year, and now it's kind of coming a little early because you turn on the news and you've got cargo ship stuck, and people don't understand that Zaya is not coming in on a cargo ship, but maybe their Christmas presents are, and there's no chicken at the grocery store. So I kind of feel like people are just uneasy. So we need to be the steady, in my opinion, and take it for what it's worth. I've not altered my business at all. I totally could have had a freak out moment. I'm down in sales this month. I can't get anybody to party with me. But instead, I'm taking this approach where I'm going to steady the water in my ocean and realize that it's okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Not that I don't think it's a good idea to revamp what you're doing, because I think we should always kind of like, I'm totally jumping into Instagram for the first time. I figure if I could be this successful on Facebook, and I've never really used Instagram. So now I'm taking this quiet time because I've got a lot of quiet time. I mean, I'm literally sitting on the couch with a snoring dog right now. I have a lot of quiet time. So instead of me trying to change what's been successful, all right, I'm going to take my business to the next level by taking my time, and I'm going to figure out my Achilles heel, which is Instagram, and try to go after a different group of people, figure out the whole hashtag craziness. Because I know Jackie's brother did that training for us years ago, saying we need at least 6 to 7 to 8 hashtags. So figure out that madness and focus my energy on opening up a new door and leaving the doors that I've already opened. I just let them. I swear, you guys, I'm so confident in what we have going on that I don't want to mess anything I've been doing, because I've been so successful. It's a crappy month, a weird time. I'm steady. So
yeah, Blair, Jackie just wrote, slow down to speed up. Blair Sells just had a post out about that. She's like, I'm slowing down to get my systems and organized a little bit because it's been so crazy.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, people are, Zaya is, totally doing fantastic. People are not going away. They still love their Zaya, all the things, and all your points are very, very valid, Christy. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. And I love that you have your husband's perspective on that too. But it's definitely all very real, all very true. But with, like as far as your party, if you aren't feeling like your post my party is awesome, if you aren't feeling like it's working, then make those adjustments and make them. It's like, I used to be a teacher and I'd walk into my classroom some mornings and I'd be like, it'd be like 10 minutes to 8. And I'm like, I can't stand this anymore. And I would totally rearrange my classroom in 10 minutes before my kids walked in the door. So if you need to do some rearranging just for your own sanity and health of your Zaya business, then, do those things, make those tweaks, make those adjustments. But yeah, what we've got going on here is so, so good. Our numbers are a little low, and my husband's like, are you worried? I'm like, I am not worried at all. Like, not at all. It's just the type of business we're in, and our economy is in we're going through a lot right now, as all of you know. All right. Anybody else? I am going to slide off in about 10 minutes, like I said when I started, just because I got to bring lunch to the guys in the field. But anybody else have a topic they want to chat about quick? Do we have any brand new reps on that are going for the Moonshot Challenge? I think everybody on here is not very new. Anybody else have anything, or do you want to wrap this up? Hugs to the Harvest crew. Thank you. Yeah, we're trucking along, no breakdowns. That's all we can hope for, but it's going really well. All right, you guys, I will get this recording out. Thanks for your input today. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for hopping on with me. Adios. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.